And we are following breaking news in Littleton, the scene of an officer being shot this morning. There is a news conference. Let's join it now.
One of the officers was close behind him. The suspect turned and fired multiple times from a handgun, striking our officer several times. A second officer was on scene. Both of our officers, the one that was shot and the second officer, were able to return fire. At this point, we do not know if the suspect was struck. As the second officer was attempting to rescue the downed officer, the wounded officer, the suspect was able to flee the area and has not been located. The injured officer was shot multiple times. As I said, he was transported to a local hospital. He is in serious but stable condition after undergoing surgery. His family is with him and they have asked for privacy. We will not be giving out his name at this time. The area around Powers and Bannock is an active crime scene. We have conducted our search for the suspect in that area, so we believe it is safe. There's no current immediate threat to the community. Folks are now free to leave their homes in that area, but we will have that area closed for quite a long time as we continue to investigate this crime and this crime scene. Officers from multiple neighboring agencies and jurisdictions have helped us out throughout the evening with this, and we really appreciate all their assistance and help. And I'm able to take questions if anybody has any.
Exactly where was the officer shot?
I'm sorry, where was the officer shot? He received, luckily he was wearing body armor, so we believe he received a few shots to his torso, which were absorbed by the body armor, and he received wounds to his extremities, his legs and his arm, and possibly one up above his vest on his chest. I do not have an exact count of how many times. It was more than 3.
Would you mind recapping everything one more time for us, please?
Sure. Shortly after midnight last night, our officers received a call in dispatch center concerning shots fired from a vehicle in the area. The officers contacted what they believed to be a possible suspect vehicle involved with that shots fired. As they were attempting to contact the occupants of that vehicle, 2 parties fled from the vehicle. A foot pursuit ensued. Our officers were close behind. As one of the male subjects entered the apartment building at 183 West Powers Avenue, he turned and fired multiple times at our officer. He struck our officer multiple times. Our officer went down. Second officer was there as well. Both officers were able to return fire. And then as the second officer was attempting to rescue the first officer and pull him out of the area, the suspect was able to flee and has not been located at this time.
All right, so we have learned a little bit of new information now. In Littleton, the police officers that were shot this morning were responding to a call of gunfire at an apartment complex, apparently, that is in that area. The officer that was shot was hit several times. We are told he had surgery. He was wearing body armor, but he is still in serious condition.
Right. There was a shelter in place for quite a while this morning. Again, this started at midnight, and the shelter in place has just ended, but they are keeping this area closed at Powers and Bannock as they continue to investigate what happened. And as Gary said, you know, one officer was shot several times, more than 3 times. He was saying he underwent surgery. He's now surrounded by family, and they haven't given any more information on that officer that was hurt, but they're saying he is in serious but stable condition. And again, they're still investigating this area, so it'll be quite the scene for a while.
Yep, but the big news is, I guess, they have let people out of their houses now. They say it is safe to come out, and so if you live in that area, the lockdown is no longer in place. We'll check in with Jordan, who is on the scene, coming up in just a little bit. Ed?